Yo, we live. What's up? We live.
I think we're gonna stop planning things.
Yeah, just go off the head.
And we're just gonna start clicking the live button and just
Waves
going
for
for it,
everybody.
because literally the past 7 minutes of us sitting here were pretty hilarious.
Alright, let's.
I was gonna sit up, but that's not happening.
There you go.
Alright. hello, fam. Probably
Yes.
have a few others hopping on.
This is a good time.
It is a good time. I'm doing it on my account just so it notifies people, and then can put it over on Mad Love and Drive. That's where it'll be posted. And then it'll also, I'm gonna let you hit that. Also be posted on our YouTube channel, which
lit.
is link in our bio. I know one question we got on our post was, how did y'all meet? We actually did an entire video on that. That was our first video, and it's pretty good. It's pretty entertaining.
Great.
So, our purpose of tonight's video was to finally get on here and share our story of getting married and baby girl, finding out about her a few months later.
How it all happened.
How it all went down. Because we didn't tell anybody. Nobody.
No family,
No
nobody.
family.
Nobody. Just kind of kept it between us,
Yeah.
and it was like eloping, but not going anywhere really.
Yep. It was honestly very uneventful because we had a very specific plan of how things were going to go about. So obviously marriage was something that we had talked about for a long time. So little background, if you haven't watched our entire story, how we met, all of that. I feel like I'm half in because of my belly.
You need to readjust.
Oh, I'm good. Put my pillow back here. Okay, so a little background is we ended up going to the same college, didn't know each other in college, met after. He messaged me, continued to message me, even though I literally went back the other day.
You love saying this. You love this.
Because I just want you to remember.
I understand.
You pursued
I understand.
me.
I pursued.
What was I gonna say? Oh, you were super sweet. You commented on one of my stories because I was a health coach then. That was 5 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. And you commented on one of my posts and were just like, yo, your energy is super good. Love seeing this. It's really rare these days. Somebody that positive. So super sweet. Hey, Sierra.
What up?
Anyway, super sweet, and that's kind of how we got to talking. I was going to school full time and working 2 jobs, so there's a lot of messages. I went back and looked the other day where I just totally did not message him back because I was just crazy, hustling, just trying to pay my rent and stuff.
But honestly, on the other side, I was kind of doing the same in a way. I was living in the attic, as I like to call it, because I had rented out a room in Ithaca, and it was downtown, and I was working at the Marriott.
That was a little later though, when we first started talking.
It was a little later, but that was
Really? That was when we that was when we got together. Yeah.
You were traveling down to Ithaca to see me a lot, and it was...
Yeah, so I finished up
A lot of
school,
travel.
and then I actually lived in Virginia for a summer, came back to New York, and I had finished up school. I was living, I forgot about that. I finished my last semester and rented a house for 6 months, and we just kind of went from there. Our relationship grew. Like you said, I was driving to Ithaca. If you don't know where Ithaca is, it's super upstate New York.
It's a great place.
Yeah, I
honestly.
know. No, it really is a cool place.
It's a cool place.
I'm from the Finger Lakes. He's from Texas. That's kind of how
Yep.
things went. But yeah, we kind of went from there, and then after I finished school, I moved in with my dad, saved money, just grew my business, and then about 6 months, a little bit later, it was
Yeah.
August. So
Around my birthday.
yeah, maybe like 8 months later, we decided we wanted to move. We had been searching places. We were really between like LA and Austin, Texas. Like I said, he's from Texas, and it just kind of felt like the right vibe. I love it here. I love it. I love everything about it, for real. Like, it's perfect mix between city, outdoors. Like, I'm an environmental science major, if you didn't know that part. So, like, being outdoors and just having that aspect was really important to me. And they're super environmentally friendly here, which I love. So
It's really artsy, a lot
Super artsy,
a lot
lots
of
of-
music, and that's what I do. So
and food. Food is very
Food is
important
great.
to me.
all different type of varieties of food and music and art, and it's a melting pot.
Yeah.
So we wanted to come here and start fresh with our relationship and that cold weather upstate. I love
yeah,
all
no.
my people upstate. I swear I do, but can't
Yeah,
do it.
no, I could not do winters
Can't
anymore.
do it.
I was literally like, I left New York my first semester of school, went to South Carolina for a semester, and I was just like, I was trying to do anything to get out of New York, and I'm very much a traveler. Like, when we first started dating, I was just
Oh yeah.
I was
lived in
living
your
out of
car,
my
yeah.
car. And like a straight duffel bag I had just everywhere I went, and just driving everywhere. But I loved it because, like, with my business, I could do it on the go, and I had been like working so much, like all throughout school. That's all I did. So I had no social life. So as soon as I
Yeah.
finished school, I was just like driving wherever I wanted, flying to see family, like total free. Like, I just wanted
Constantly
to be
on
free
the
for a
go,
while.
yeah.
Yeah, so moving here, got to Austin. We've been here for two and a half,
Yeah, about 2.5
Oh.
years. Coming up on
2.5
3
years
soon.
now.
Yeah.
Yikes, that's wild.
Time's flying, man.
But anyways, once we got down here, we lived in our first apartment, moved to our second. In our second apartment is where we decided to get married. Like I said, it was not like anything drastic. I know the big question was like, y'all, like, what did you do for the wedding? Like, nothing.
There was nothing.
There was no wedding.
There was only a plan.
Yeah, there was a plan, and there was not even a reception, like nothing. Like, everybody was like, did you go to the courthouse? Did you get dressed up? Where are your pictures? Like, I don't even know if we have a picture from that day. Like, we literally, like,
No,
it's,
I think we do, but
it's kind
in my
of
phone.
scary how simple it is
Yeah.
in Texas. Like, you literally just go sign papers. So it was nothing exciting. Well, it was exciting for us, but
it
like
was.
nothing like
But by the
crazy,
standards
you know?
of yeah.
by the standards of America, where you spend $100,000 on your wedding and then start your marriage in debt, it was not that.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to everybody that can do it
For
and
real.
is spending big on their wedding and the celebration. Hey,
Yeah.
all power to you. And we plan on having
Yeah.
our own celebration, but just thinking forward with obviously baby girl, it'll be awesome to just position ourselves in a better way and get a better foundation, and then have her and get the stability that we need to then have a celebration, and then she can be a part of it, which is
Yeah,
even
and
better.
that was kind of our plan. So our plan was, and like our reasoning for like wanting to get married, a lot of different reasons. Obviously, like we knew that we wanted to be together and that we wanted to continue to grow with each other. We also really wanted to start a family. We both knew that we wanted a child, and I don't know how deep you want to get into this.
It was honestly just something that we manifested. I feel like
Yeah.
we got together, and there were ups and downs, just like any relationship, and getting to know each other and getting, again, upstate New York meets southern boy from Texas. It's a huge clash. That's before you
Very
even factor in the black and white and all that other stuff.
Yes.
But the older brother, the single child,
Oh, it's
everything.
a lot.
There's a lot, but
It's a lot, yeah.
I mean, ultimately, all about your mental. That's what we've talked about a lot
On the
recently
daily.
on the daily, and it's just about your mental and coming to a common goal and common understanding. And I think we have a big one right here. So it's just about focusing and giving her the best life, but also supporting each other through our life and what we're trying to do individually.
Yeah. We also part of it, and part of like finding out about baby girl and everything. When we were in our first apartment, we were really like. So one thing, I think we have maybe a whole episode kind of on more of this topic, but I was not raised in like a super like religious family or anything. Like the word religion like would make me sweat. when we first got together, like I was not about really any of it. Like I was just kind of like go with the flow, be a good human, and you'll get good things come back to you, like karma.
Yeah.
If anything, I knew more about Buddhism than I ever knew about Christianity or even like God, any of that. So when we got together, that was, I feel like you had a little kind of background in it, and it like grew once we moved here, big time for you. And so that was like a big part of our relationship as well, like growing, was us realizing that like that's how we want to go about our relationship and grow it going forward, is us and God. And so with part of that, God spoke to you. I don't know if you want to tell that part of it.
I feel like, we really didn't have a choice. That's
Yeah.
what I think. Like,
You always say.
we needed a common like faith, a common source
Yeah.
that we could look up to when we disagreed or when we got off page or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it happens every day with people. Your best friends, like your family members, any day. Like you're not always agreeing or you're not always on the same page. So it helps for us living together and bringing another life into this world. Like we have to have something that's bigger than both of us when times get rough or when times are good. Like we have to have something to give it up to, and not just give it to ourselves, self-glorifying ourselves and everything like that. So
I was just gonna say it's our favorite humans, Kaylee, Katarina.
what up though?
No, but I was gonna say, so a big part of like our journey in our relationship was being abstinent, and that was like something that he brought to the table as far as like his relationship with God and him feeling like he really put that on his heart. And so that was like something we decided and went for with each other. So like the marriage thing and wanting to start a family, like that was all of the plan, and that was all a process. And so once we got into our next apartment, we really like wanted to start looking more into, okay, like how do we actually want to go about starting our family and getting married and the whole process of and everything. And so that kind of led to, okay, well, we know we're not in the position right now to have like the wedding and the celebration that we want, but we still want to do it the way we believe God intended it to be. So that's part of the reason why we ended up just going signing the papers. We didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And then so we got married in December. I just looked at my phone. It's November 21st. It's so wild.
Close to a year.
Yeah, so we decided on December 1st that we were going to get married, and then officially went and signed the papers on December 3rd. And when you do that, you can just pick a date. So December 1st is our official anniversary.
It's a good date.
It is.
It's a good date.
Yeah. So that's our official. So it's almost our 1 year anniversary. That's wild.
Yeah.
But then a few months later, so once that happened, we started the process of rings. So we didn't have rings before It wasn't like something he proposed to me with or anything. So our rings that we have, I don't think we've even shared this story yet,
I don't think so.
are actually my mom's rings that my dad got for her, and my mom had held on to them. So my parents are no longer together, but my mom held on to the rings all these years because she wanted them to be mine. So I got the rings. When I actually went home in December last year to see my family, I had left them at my dad's. I brought the rings back, and we went through the process of getting our rings completely personalized. We designed them. So whenever people see ours, they're like, wow, those are super unique. It's because we designed them.
Custom made.
Custom made. So all of the diamonds and everything that are in them are from my mom's ring. So it just makes it kind of special. And I run out of breath real easy.
Easy there.
But yeah, so that was kind of the process of that. So once we got our rings, actually, we found out we were pregnant before we even got the rings.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, shit, we need to announce this, so we should get our rings.
Yeah.
It was a crazy process, but it all happened the way it was supposed to.
Yeah, it was us. It was our process
Yeah.
and how it's gonna go. It's like, that's what I think about, the story to tell once we get further along in life, like looking back, like how crazy it was, how it started, but it doesn't matter how it starts, you know what I'm saying? It's like how it finishes.
So yeah, wild journey, but once we I feel like got married in December, we definitely started trying to to get pregnant, and I feel like this is just one thing I want to throw out there, because I know a lot of other moms or anyone that's going through that process of wanting to start a family. It's something that in my head, like, I thought was just gonna happen the first time. Like, that's how I really
It's
thought.
not how that works.
Yeah. No,
not how it
it's
works.
definitely God. Like, when it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. It's also gonna happen when you probably stop trying and just let it be. And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
So a little piece of that story is, it was really funny because in May, I had talked to my best friend Liv, and I wish she was on right now, but I had talked to her and I was just telling her, like, oh yeah, like, you know, girl FaceTime talk, and I was like, yeah, I know my period's coming soon, like, I just feel it. And she's like, Matt, I had a dream last night that you were pregnant. And I was like, yeah, nah, like, no way. Like, at that point, I was really in the mindset of, like, we're not, like, intentionally trying anymore, because I felt like I had kind of gotten my hopes up for a few months and been, like, almost disappointed. So when I wasn't, so I had, like, totally let it go. I was like, I'm just letting God. And then she said that to me literally that weekend. It was like 3 days later, I took a test. And I had decided, I was like, okay, I think it was a Friday night, I decided, I was like, all right, my period's not here. I'm gonna take a test in the morning. I'm not gonna tell him. I just had a feeling, and I was like, all right. So he's still sleeping. It is like 7 a.m. probably. I get up, and you have to do your first pee in the morning. And so 7 a.m. I'm trying to be quiet as hell in the bathroom, like opening the package and everything. Took the test, and I set it on the counter, like, still literally half asleep, not really expecting anything, and then looked over, and there was 2 lines, and I was like sweating. Like, literally I thought my heart was going to explode out of my chest. In excitement, yes.
Yeah.
But I was obviously just like, okay, what now? Like, he's dead asleep right now. So I continued my morning. I tried to go back to sleep. Wasn't happening. And so I got up, I made banana pancakes like I usually do on the weekend.
Gotta let him know what you ate, huh? Gotta let him know.
that's just a weekend tradition. And so made some pancakes, spent some time. I was like, okay, I need to come up with a way to tell him, because there's no way I can like wait any longer than today. I gotta tell him. So I actually took another test before he got up too, just to like make sure.
Gotta double check.
Yeah, and that was positive as well, obviously. And then I was like, okay, well, I gotta come up with a way to tell him. So we had so many books that he was like bringing home from work. And so I found like a father book, like a dad guide or something like that. We also had onesies that were supposed to go to his cousin that had just recently had a baby. So I found one of those, I put it with the book, I put it in a thing with the test, and when he came out, he literally talked for like 30 minutes like he always does.
I'll be having to get some stuff off my chest, you know what I'm saying? It's not bad, it's just like visions of the day, visions of the week, visions of the year, stuff like that. You know
but the whole time I'm like, come on, babe, like
give me a minute to jump in here.
So he's going on, and of course the only thing on my head is like, I gotta give him this box. So finally he chilled a little.
Chilled out.
And I gave him the box and said I had a surprise, and I didn't record like a visual of him, but I have the sound, and I went back and listened to it the other day. And the first thing you said,
I know what it is. Can I say it?
Yeah.
I hope I'm right, but I think I remember what it was. I think I said, babe, this still has piss on it.
I was like, yo.
Something dripped on my hand, and I was like, yo, what? I was happy at the same time. I was just like, yo, something dripped down my hand. Nah, something had to drip down my hand, because I was like, yo, this got piss on it. The moral of the story is I was happy as hell. It doesn't matter if it had piss on it or not. I was happy as hell. That's all that matters.
He said, you for real? I said, yeah. He said, when did you take these? And I said, this morning.
And it was just like, honestly, I was overjoyed. The whole thing is just, like, even that, me saying that, it just shows our relationship. It's just fun. It's like, kind of like, off script, and it's just like, it's just us, but at the same time, like, I was overjoyed because it's, like I said, what we manifested. Like, we'd been talking about it for a while, and like you said, we had tried and trying, it just seems like it didn't work like that. It was just a natural thing that came, and it was literally the best day. It was Mother's Day, right?
It was Mother's Day weekend. So I told you on Saturday, and we decided to tell our family on Sunday, right? That's what we did?
Yeah. Sunday, I believe so.
Yeah, because Sunday was Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was like literally how it doesn't get more perfect of God's plan than that, like, found out the day before Mother's Day.
Yep.
So.
FaceTime my mom.
Yep.
Told her, showed her. I didn't show her the P, honestly. I showed her the lines.
Yeah.
She was excited, so.
But we found out, like I said, we found out super, super early. It was literally 4.5 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that. But I was just thinking, I had like 5 thoughts at once. But I'm gonna have to put, I don't think I got video. The only person I think I got a video of telling was my dad, and his was hilarious because I showed him the tests and he thought that we got tested for COVID. He was like, oh, nice, like you got tested. And
you guys are negative. Yeah. Nice, those are negative. You guys are doing well.
I was like, yeah, we got tested. Do you know what that means? I was like, that means you're gonna be a grandpa again. He said, oh.
Yeah, his whole face changed then. He was like, oh, wow.
But first thing he said was, it's going to be a girl, and he was right.
Yep.
But keep in mind, none of our family knew that we were married. So it was 2 for 1
Yep.
deal.
2 for 1 special for everyone.
Yeah, and roller coaster, but
I'm sure it sent shock waves on both sides
it
of the
definitely
family.
did.
But
We do things differently.
you gotta be like that sometimes.
We're writing our own story, so it definitely was kind of like, yo, what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
For everybody, but it was cool. So yeah, that's how we told people.
I feel like we covered a lot just then.
We did. That was way more than I anticipated.
What other questions do we need to cover for people that want to know?
Well, I was just gonna say, like I said, we found out super early. We found out like right after Miss Period, so like 4.5 weeks. I scheduled an appointment ASAP because I was just like, I was on it. I feel like for any other moms out there, you just know, like, as soon as you see that test, your brain goes haywire, and it basically stays like that. At least from my own experience, I can't speak to what's in the future, but up until this point, you have a million thoughts. Like, I'm just thinking of the sticky note I have in my office of like still things I need to do.
The sticky notes.
Yeah, there's a few.
You can't see the screen. You can't see the computer screen. There's sticky notes all over
I
it.
have a lot of things on my brain.
It's okay.
But no, so I scheduled an appointment. I got into the doctor, and they did the first little ultrasound, literally a little tiny bean. That was at like, I think measured 5 weeks, 4 days, something like that. And then I got to go back again because they wanted to check the heartbeat. Usually you can see the heartbeat around 8 weeks. So I went back again, and I was measuring like right at 8 weeks, and you could see the little heartbeat, looked like a little gummy bear. So cute and just magical, like literally incredible. And then we didn't tell Instagram or any social media or anything until 10 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm just like looking at our pictures up on the wall, but had my friend Cassie take some pictures of us so that we could do an announcement. Had to get our rings, like we said, because we didn't even have those yet.
Yeah.
And then did our little announcement.
Shout out to Cassie.
For real.
One time. But yeah, that was. I feel like we got 11 people in here. If y'all got some questions, type some questions down there if y'all wanna. I don't know who's all watching and commenting, but
Saturday
that's pretty
night.
much I
don't know what y'all are up to, still in quarantine.
Just chilling. Everybody's in the house, but yeah, that's pretty much our story of how we all got here. It was as chaotic as it sounded. It was all planned. Like it was all God's plan. It was all our plan, but everything's out of His control. Ultimately, we can only, put it here and put in the work. Like it's all His timing, though. Like in terms of when it happens.
Yeah. And fun fact, so kind of mentioned this, but when we first met, like it was a few months after that, like, but the like conversation of kids came up, like when we first started talking, and he asked, I think you asked me if I had any, I looked at the messages the other day.
I'm sure you did.
You asked me if I had any names picked out, and I don't know if I want to say that. But anyways, I told him that there was a specific letter that I knew that I wanted my daughter to have her name start with. And we're sticking true to that, and that's what her name is starting with.
That's all you're getting.
Yeah.
Pretty much all you're getting, so.
Yeah, we're keeping a surprise.
How did y'all meet, Lauren? Like, we pretty much went over that earlier.
Yeah, we went over that in the early part, so once we post that, you can watch that. But like I said, real simple. We both went to the same college, so we had like become Facebook friends, but didn't know each other then.
Yeah, we didn't go there really at the same time. Like
I think maybe for one semester, but we didn't know each other.
Yeah.
And then he hit me up on Facebook, saying I was super positive and motivating, and
had to get to know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, what has been, Dana, shout out to Dana, what has been the hardest part of your pregnancy so far?
I would say, ooh, that's a good question. Physically, having to like kind of readjust my normal, just in general, because this also happened. We found out like at the beginning, it was right after quarantine had started, and I was super sick the whole first trimester. Like for 14 weeks straight, I was nauseous all day, every day, was not eating. I lost about 10 pounds. So like physically that was really hard. Now, second trimester was great. I had so much energy. I felt way better. Third trimester, I am hella uncomfortable. My back hurts pretty much all the time. So like physically that's been the hardest part. But I would say like the hardest part of pregnancy is like not even the pregnancy itself. I would say it was like the outside things around pregnancy, just because we had so many life changes that were happening at the same time. Like it was literally, like I said, quarantine. So like COVID hit, and then our whole life was just like,
moving into this house.
Yeah, we're home now, and now we need to find another place to live in the middle of COVID. Like, and thankfully, like we ended up in the perfect home to grow into for our family. But moving, I was 20 weeks pregnant when we moved, that whole process. So I would say like the stuff outside of pregnancy, like obviously
it's a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
Right there, carrying that around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or building that. But
yeah, I would say the exhaustion.
Yeah.
Tired.
It's pretty tired all the time.
Tired.
And Jordy, how have you had to adjust to helping her cope with pregnancy changes? Honestly, that is a good question. I feel like I've obviously had to take on a little bit more of the load in terms of certain things like dishes or cleaning up or whatever it may be, organizing things for the house. Like, I've definitely had to do a lot more physical stuff. Like, for her, I would say like just being like anything. Let me tell you, this thing right here. This is our. Let me show you something. This right here. It's magical. Let's put this thing on right here.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
She loves this.
Yeah.
She loves this right here.
That's cool.
But anyways, it's stuff like this. Like, you know, her being pregnant, I gotta make sure her back is good. Ice, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I'm
just
always
really.
like, babe, can you bring me the ice
Bring me the
pack?
ice pack. It's like, it's really being on hand, and like you really can't think for yourself. Like it's a team. It really is a team. So I can't just wake up and make sure I'm good. Like
Yeah.
she really has a whole child on her. So like, I think to answer your question, like simply, it's just like making sure she's been good. Like cooking her dinner, like just little things, like just to make sure that she can kind of just focus on getting through this pregnancy, like, because I'll never know what it's like to go through it. So
Yeah. And I feel like too, it's just like it's a team thing too, because like I feel like I've handled a lot of the like I said, when you like literally the second you find out you're pregnant, your mind just goes through like 5 million things. You start doing all the research on like how to plan, how to prep, like what you need to ask your insurance, how you need to like get all of your breast pump, how you need to, or like what your insurance is going to cover throughout.
so
like,
much information.
Just so many things that like pretty much he can't do because like my insurance is separate, or like little things like that, or just like getting the Amazon registry together, like the baby registry together. Like all of those things are like things that are on mom's brain, and we kind of, I feel like we're good at, like obviously we're made to do this. So me taking on kind of that stuff with the energy that I do have, and him more taking on the like physical things, like I said, that first trimester I was just like super sick, so him running to the store a little extra to like give me crackers or just what I could eat that day, because
Ginger
literally
ale,
every
yeah.
single day was different.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Great question. Jessica says, do you plan on having a wedding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we do.
100%.
It's gonna be incredible.
There was a point in my life where I really wanted to be a wedding planner. That might happen in the future. I don't know. We'll see. But I love weddings. I obsessed. I used to work at a restaurant, like a upscale restaurant where they had weddings that I got to work at, and was just in love with the whole process. And I think most girls have that dream since you're little of what your wedding's gonna be like, the whole Pinterest board. So yeah, I'm really excited for when the wedding does happen, and that's something we've talked about. And it's just we want to be at the point where we can have the ultimate wedding of
Experience.
Exactly what we want. So yeah, and have a baby there. So
yeah, we'll have
she'll
baby
be our flower girl.
She'll be the flower girl. She's gonna look great. I'm gonna look fantastic.
Yeah, that's another thing.
You're gonna look beautiful, and there will be Bel Air rosé bottles popped.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. Obviously, I don't know when that'll be. It's all God's timing, but for sure, yes.
Brandy, shout out to Brandy. She says, "Do you plan for more children?" Yeah, I can go ahead and say that. I mean, I can't speak for her. She's the one.
We've talked about this
but we've spoke about this before, and I believe so.
I feel like you also have asked me probably 4 times during this pregnancy, so how do you feel? I feel like this pregnancy has gone pretty good.
I mean, I'm just, just kind of getting a checkup on it, because I know I've seen from experience, for some women, pregnancy was I do not want to go through that ever again. Not even just having the child, the whole experience. I don't want to even deal with that. So, but for you, it didn't really seem like that.
Yeah, I think it's a mental thing too. I was just so grateful. Pregnancy is hard. Let me start there. Let me put that statement there. But I was so incredibly grateful, and it was something that we had prayed for so long that I feel every time something has kind of come up, where it's been really a struggle, I'm just you pray for this, so that doesn't make it not hard. It just means it just helps. I feel like it's a mental thing. I said, it reminds you of, there's the greatest gift of all time that's gonna come out of this. For me, do I plan to have more children? Yeah. I'm already excited for we've already talked about the kind of the plan, maybe how long it would be until the next one. My idea is that we would. I want to get.
Look at this girl's energy. Look at her. You know damn well she needs a damn mama's boy running around this house.
Yes, and that was another thing that I was gonna say is. It's so funny because literally from the start of when we started talking, we always planned for a girl. We had a girl's name picked out for the longest. And then as soon as I got pregnant, we were oh, it's going to be a boy. It's for sure going to be a boy. That's why we were so shocked in our gender reveal, because we were dead set. This is going to be a boy.
This is a little red flag, by the way, to future people that are having children or couples. Don't Google and look up symptoms.
Those midwives.
Don't look up symptoms of oh, if I have these symptoms, I'm gonna have a boy. Or if I have, don't do it.
Wives' tales. I said midwives.
Yeah. It's the pregnancy brain. Don't worry about it. But anyways, don't Google that. Don't research that. It's your own. I'm speaking to the women. It's your own body. You're gonna go through your own thing, and you're gonna have what you're supposed to have, because that's why we swore it was a boy.
Literally,
we were
symptom.
From the beginning, before she was even pregnant, we were it's gonna be a girl.
We had her name picked out.
It's gonna be a girl, 100%. She started Googling, started researching. I started getting into it. Oh, you're not that sick. You aren't throwing up. All that stuff. It's not. We got a queen coming, not a boy. So. That's just a disclaimer for y'all out there. But yes, we plan for more children for sure. Next question. Do you guys feel like she will look more like her mommy or daddy? If she's lucky, she'll look more like her daddy.
No, I always We would always say, like, I feel like she's literally gonna be his twin or look like Snow Allegra.
Yeah, if you don't know Snow Allegra, go look her up.
She's beautiful.
It's how
Beautiful,
she would look maybe in the future, but
Yeah. But I feel like she has like Snow Allegra has like a similar nose to me, maybe more your lips and
Yeah.
like face structure. I think a little bit more than me, but
yeah,
yeah.
I think she's honestly gonna look a little more like me. Like, I think it's gonna be evident. Mad is her mom, like obviously with a lighter complexion. She's gonna be a mix of us probably, like, and you're gonna see certain features of Mad, but I think ultimately she's gonna kind of lean towards me, which
Yeah, I feel like she might kind of get like a mix of our hair too. So I feel like her hair won't be super tight curls like his, and
But it
won't
won't
be
be
pinned straight like mine.
straight,
Like
yeah.
it'll be maybe your hair is black.
might
black.
be wavy, like
Yeah.
kind of like.
So we'll see.
We will see, but
We'll see.
that's my answer. I think she's gonna have a nice mix,
And it
but
would
she's
be
gonna
really
lean.
cool if she got my eyes, but
That would be
either
cool.
way, obviously I don't care. But it would be really cool.
All right, let me see. Got any more questions? Guys make a great team. Have pregnancy prepares both. Facts to everything you just said, Dana. What up, though? Waving at everybody. Are you having a baby shower?
Girl, you might have just talked me into it.
There you go.
I honestly have. Okay, probably not like it would not be an in-person thing because I don't have anyone here and his family is 3.5 hours away. I'm just not trying to. I'm pretty tired at this point is what I'm trying to say.
I'm tired.
I'm really tired and I'm not trying to like throw anything. But I have considered doing a virtual one because I do need to like get our registry out there, and like it would be super helpful to people have been really gracious and bought a few things here and there, like had some family buy some things, but there's still honestly a lot on there that baby girl needs, and so I think I need to do it.
We're plugging away. We're doing our thing.
If you saw our house right now, it's like one thing at a time. There's so much to do, but
there's these mini projects, but this is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? This is what you sign up for.
But so maybe I should just say I'm doing one, and I will post the link. And if you want to hop on, you can hop on. It would kind of be a thing like I send everybody the registry, and then send them the Zoom link of like if you buy anything, hop on, or just if you want to see us. So.
Yeah. Let me see. We got some nice comments, man. Y'all are too kind.
Wait, I didn't read them. Sierra was just in my group. She's about to get started in our challenge.
That's a good question, Dana. Are you nervous about labor and delivery?
I'm so excited.
That's the answer I expected. That's the answer.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think every mom has those nerves of, like, obviously I've never done this before as my first child, but, like, I am a true believer in manifestation, and so, like, from the time I was, like, a little girl, like, this might be weird, but, like, I was always, like, I used to watch those shows where they would do water births, and I just thought it was incredible, like, amazing. That's why, like, I was so dead set on being at a birthing center, and wanting to have a water birth. Who knows if I'll end up having a water birth, but at least it's an option there. And I think that I have not been through it, so I can't speak for anyone else, but like I said, I just am manifesting that it's going to be the most magical experience, like, mentally, physically. Like, obviously it's going to be a challenge, but I'm excited. I'm excited for what's on the other side of it, and I just really keep manifesting that it's gonna be as smooth as possible. as smooth as possible.
And kind of like what Dana said in the comment afterwards, like the word empowering.
Yeah.
Like I can
No,
just
I'm
imagine
so-
that it's
yeah.
gonna be incredibly
That's the
empowering
perfect.
for you.
Yep.
And
Yeah, and
empowering. I've said this to you before. Empowering for me too.
Yeah.
Like fellas, like don't think. Yes, we're not going through the physical pain of it. That is a whole nother ball game. But I can imagine being there and like experiencing that and seeing you go through that and just I've never seen you in that
Yeah.
way. Like it's gonna be incredibly empowering for me and just kind of up my level of
Yeah.
intensity and focus as well.
Yeah, and I think I'm excited. That might sound weird for him to watch me go through that because, like,
It doesn't
I feel
sound
like
weird.
It's just like all like respect, kind of, and also like, all right, we in this.
It's-
Like
oh, yeah.
that was a sacrifice.
It's a huge deposit.
Yeah.
It's a huge deposit.
Yep.
But it's lit. It's gonna be lit.
Did we miss one? I thought I saw.
You missed a question?
Not a
I don't think so.
question. Ash just
Oh.
said, I wish I could come to your house and help prep it for baby. So much. Yeah, no, we feel that.
We
like,
know.
if you watch my stories today, I just posted, we just rearranged our whole room, like, trying to get things ready. Like, the crib is set.
Whoops.
Weird.
Apple's tripping.
The crib is literally sitting next to us in pieces right now. We need to paint it and get it put together and ready. So we have a lot to do, but I love the physical act of giving birth. Honestly, like, I feel like it's one end of the spectrum or another because so many women I've talked to are on that same vibe of like, it was the most incredible thing ever, so empowering, or just like worst experience.
But that's like you said, it's the mentality going
Yeah.
into it. So I can imagine
I'm gonna let you scroll.
that's a big part of it. I'm about to do that. Yeah, I can't wait to see our kid either.
Same.
So yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. You just had your third. Woo! That's
Wow.
That's the. I don't know.
Mommy's on.
Hi, Mom. She just got home.
Nice.
What was I just gonna say?
I don't know. We had come to we were scrolling through questions. I feel like we've gone through a lot so far, but
Yeah. Yeah. No. I feel like she just said I can't wait to give birth again, but hated being pregnant. I feel like that second trimester, I was just like feeling so good, like I was like, I could do this. I could definitely have 5 more kids. And now I'm like, ooh,
slugging her on. Can't even.
ooh, child.
She got a roll to get
Yo,
out of
the
the bed.
sleeping, and I'm just like, I'm about to get so much bigger, like, but literally it just feels like there's a 30-pound weight stuck to my stomach that I like have to lift and roll.
She's been handling it though.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
been handling her
I
business.
will say,
so.
pregnancy pillow, get that shit as soon as you find out.
Yep.
I waited a while, and I should have done it sooner.
I can recommend it as well.
He
Because
really likes
I
it.
use that pillow just as much as she does.
He's never snuggled me so much.
She's capping. It's all cap, but
No, I'm
it's all
not.
cap.
He's all about me on that pillow.
I love that pillow. It's a great pillow, man.
Yeah.
It's not just a pregnancy pillow. It's just a great pillow.
Yes, Mom. Whoa. 4 times. We'll see. We'll see.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I feel like
we went over
We hit so much.
all the topics.
Yup.
We appreciate everybody that hopped on.
For real.
We got more videos coming for sure.
It's just so funny because, like I said, I should have hit the live video 5 minutes before we did. This man was like, "Why are we doing this? I don't want to do this." I'm like, "You're the one that has been."
I was just getting it out, doing
Yeah.
getting it all out before the show starts. Come on, man. Chill.
Nah, I feel like live, I feel like any kind of like live video, live training, like gets me so hyped.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I appreciate, like we said, we appreciate all the people that took their time to come
Yeah.
in, ask questions, and
I will say too, like having social media and that being, you know, our main platform for like growing our business and stuff. I have been so grateful for all of the humans that I've met like through this pregnancy, and also just like the amount of people who have, like I said, like gone out of their way to be supportive throughout this process and like buy baby girl stuff or like reach out to me and like offer advice. Like I know Ash Gibson was one of the ones that just commented, and she has been like, you have sent me so many recommendations for like stuff for my registry, and I'm just like so grateful for that, because you know, it's just really cool that especially during this quarantine time and not really getting to like go out, meet new people, meet other moms or anything, like it's a really cool platform to be able to connect with people that are kind of going on the same journey or have been through it and can offer like any little pieces of help. So grateful for y'all, for
especially
real.
during this time, like we said, with COVID and all of the
It's been weird.
lockdowns. It's a weird, like, it's weird to go through pregnancy, I would imagine, during a emergency lockdown of the nation or
Yeah.
a crisis
And
like this. But
she's like,
shout out to all the moms that are doing that, honestly.
I don't know if y'all can see, but my belly is just completely lopsided. 'Cause
She likes to
she's
hang on the
all
left
way
side.
Over. Yeah, the last thing I was gonna say is like it definitely has been. It'll be interesting to go through this again when there's not a pandemic.
Yeah.
Because like I've been really grateful because our birthing center, like you've gotten to see a couple ultrasounds with me. And I know so many other moms like their husband didn't get to go to one, and that was like going to my first appointment was like really weird to not have you there, like because it was obviously something that we did together.
It's a big
like
step.
So yeah, I'm excited to go through maybe this process in the future when we can really be together throughout all of it too.
Yeah.
So shout out to all you COVID mamas
out there doing your thing.
Yeah.
You guys keep it up, keep shining. We sure will.
Yes.
Mixed baby moms. Yo.
Alright. Yo, I feel like we've been talking for like an hour.
Yeah, we've been talking for a long time. Y'all got more than I thought y'all were gonna get.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like quick. Like literally before he was like, so what are we talking about? I'm like, babe, we're just gonna tell him real quick how we got married and then found out about the baby.
And now look, we've talked about that and some.
Everything.
So, but like I said, we'll have more videos coming in the future.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put a specific like on this day at this time, because literally once she's here, she probably gonna be controlling some stuff, some timing.
Yeah, she's gonna have a lot of our but we will make sure to get
Yeah.
you guys updated along the way. We said we got the YouTube channel that you
Yes.
guys can follow. Also,
And our Instagram page that we have together, that's probably where like our joint stuff is gonna be posted, because his page is more his music stuff. Mine is kind of a mix of everything, but it's just nice to have that other page for family updates. And
Yep.
I think that's where more family like baby stuff will be posted. So
be on
make
the
sure you
lookout
follow
for that.
It's our new page, Mad Love and Drive. Pretty simple. I'm Mad Love.
I'm Drive.
So
We gon' head out.
yep.
We appreciate everybody once again. One more wave for the person that came in late. It's all good. You can rewatch it. It's all good though.
All right, we love y'all. Thank you for hopping on. And like we said, if you have any other questions once we post this, post them below so we can answer them in the next video.
We got you.
All right, bye fam.